Hi, I'm Melissa Cable with Create Recklessly, and I'm here to show you how to cut your faux leather. One of the products that you'll be using is the Create Recklessly cutting board. I like to reserve one side of my board for cutting and then the other side for all of my piercing. That way I always have a nice smooth surface when I'm doing my cuts. To create straight cuts, for example, if I wanted to make this cuff piece here a little shorter, you would use the Rotary cutting tool. The rotary cutting tool has a really sharp blade, so you want to be careful, and it extends out by pressing this button here, and then retracts back by pressing the round button here. When you want to make straight cuts, for example, to trim a leather cuff, let's extend our blade out, you want to place your ruler on the side of the leather that you're going to keep. So this is going to be the part of the leather that I'm cutting away. And press down firmly. And you'll notice that there's a finger grip here at the very front of the tool, and that allows me to push the tool away from my body as I cut, and that allows me to get a good, clean, straight cut. So for example, some of these designs here, as you can see, needed lots of straight cuts in order to match everything up. Other times, you are going to need some cuts that are very precise. For example, in this bracelet, you can see I made cuts here and they started and stopped at very specific points. So I'm going to show you a trick for how to do that. The first tool you're going to need for that is going to be your angled blade. Now this blade is stored in the handle, so you want to very carefully unscrew it, slide it open, and remove the blade. You'll notice there's some notches here that match the notches in your razor blade. I'm going to slide that in there, close the tool, and then secure it with the handle. This is the tool we'll be using for it, but a quick trick before we use this is how to get those cuts straight. If you use the sewing punch, you'll notice the sewing punch has different hole sizes going across the rotating platform. So you want to choose the smallest one just to give you a little bit of an impression. So we'll do a hole at the beginning of our line and at the end of our line. You can see the second impression on the platform made holes about pinpoint size. So let's move up a couple more so you can see the size. If we go a little larger, you can see just a tiny bit larger hole. What these holes allow us to do is now line our ruler up between those holes and very carefully drag that blade along the edge of the ruler between the holes. And that's going to give us a really clean cut between the two holes. To take the blade out, be sure when you open it, you'll notice there's no impression here for the blade to store. So that means you're going to want to turn it over, and you'll see here it's indented, and that's going to give you your blade storage place. Put it back in there carefully, close it, and put your handle back on. You want to do that every time you use this tool, just for safety reasons. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned how to do straight and precise cuts using the Create Recklessly tools and faux leather.